So grab your chef's hat, tie on your apron. We're heading behind the kitchen doors. We want to see what's happening in your kitchen, as well as kitchens all across the county here. With the one man, he's got his finger in the pie.
Maybe two.
Chef Pascal. Welcome, sir.
Oh, thank you.
You're going to talk about something today that we've talked about kind of off the air, and I think it's a fascinating world. The show was mostly, and supposed to be, you bringing in famous chefs and showing what's happening there.
Yeah.
And it started turning into, there's a whole world of cooking beyond the restaurants. You can go on a yacht and be a chef. Mm-hmm. You can be a pop-up chef. You can, like at the event, the Burning Man, you can be a food cart, a food truck.
Or you can be on TV show.
Or you can be on a TV show. So the whole range of world that didn't exist for really fine dining, fine cuisine to practice art. But what we never talk about is what your guest does. This guy doesn't work in a kitchen, doesn't sell his food to anybody else. He's not packaging it at a private kitchen. He's not on a TV show. He just is doing high-level cooking at home for his friends.
All that for sharing with friends.
Yeah.
And share his passion.
And once upon a time, you couldn't do that because you couldn't get the equipment. You couldn't set up a professional kitchen at your home. You couldn't access the ingredients. You didn't have the knowledge. You hadn't gone to a culinary school.
But, you know, if you really want to do something that you like and want to do, you always find a way. If you're creative in the food, you're creative on how to make it.
Right.
And but I have to say, I'm lucky that I'm going to call him Chef Bobby.
He's a chef, just like you are. He just does it for his friends and family.
Because, you know, I have a tough time to call some cooks, I call them themselves chef, because sometimes they're not really chef. But
what's the difference to you between a chef and a cook? My mother was a cook, a bad cook.
What?
Sorry, Mom.
Chef is a cook that know also how to manage a kitchen and direct a kitchen.
So it all comes out at the same time.
Either
same
they own the
consistency.
restaurant and they know how to give orders, like the commanding sheep, you know.
Commanding sheep, yeah.
Yeah.
Or conducting a symphony. We'll come up with a nicer
Yeah,
thing.
conductor. Yeah, totally. And Chef Bobby, he's so well organized. He's so up to looking for perfection, and that's his passion. But he also loves to share it just for fun. You know?
So welcome, Chef Bobby.
Thank you.
So let's talk real quickly. How, why, when, where, what? Do you just always like to cook? And how did you take what was most of us do, just cooking for fun, you know, have some little party, have some friends over, try something different? You took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, you know, how it started was I couldn't boil water if I barbecued chicken. It was burnt on the outside and raw on the inside.
Right.
And then I was in between jobs for a year, and my wife was still working, and so I didn't think it was fair that she'd come home and she'd have to make dinner. So I thought, well, I'll start making dinner.
And what was your background? What work did you do? Can we tell?
You'd be surprised if he tells you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another story, another day.
We can't tell. It's a secret. You work for the CIA or something?
It's not a secret, but you know.
No, not quite the CIA, but special services.
You worked for special services?
Yeah, a special service, and then I was a cop at Garden Grove, and then I retired from DA's office that turned into Department of Child Support Services.
So this is, again, I'm just trying to get it. None of this has to do with food.
Oh, absolutely not. I knew nothing about food. So my wife, I'm sure there's many nights wish that I would have never started cooking. She's my worst critic. But anyway, I didn't understand the recipes. I didn't understand the ingredients. A lot of the equipment I didn't have. Some of it I even, like for sous vide, at the time was $5,000 for a sous vide machine.
I don't even know what sous vide is.
It's cooking at the same temperature, at a low temperature, in water for a long time.
Okay.
Inside a sealed bag, vacuum bag.
Okay.
Right.
And so that requires a special piece of equipment to do that.
Yeah. Well, I made my own, and it cost me about $200. So anyway,
So I must stop you again. Why? So you're apparently some high-level investigative cop or something, or some secret thing you did here. But whatever you did, this had nothing to do with cooking.
nothing.
And did you like this kind of food? Did you go out and seek this kind of food? Or why would you make sous vide? Why wouldn't you just make hot dogs and hamburgers and steak at home here?
Well, I made those too. Some better than
I'm
others.
sure because he was craving for good food. You know how long in your life you have a lunchbox. You know.
I did for years. I still kind of do. Yeah, peanut butter sandwich in there.
Yeah.
So anyway, the more I got into it, the more research I did, and I just started experimenting and then rewriting recipes.
And where did you get them? Off of the internet? Off
Oh
of,
God, I subscribed to every cooking magazine that you could think of. I watched Emeril Lagasse on TV,
Yeah.
all the cooking shows.
And you travel.
Oh, we traveled all the time.
So you're bringing back like what, Vietnamese, Malaysian food, weird things? Do you go around the world, or you just go around
He has
the
a
country?
lot of connection with Vietnam. Yeah.
Yeah, I was assigned to the Navy Special Forces, Vietnamese Navy Special Forces, and
What?
I did 2 tours in Vietnam.
What?
So I fell in love with Vietnamese food. I learned how to cook it. I had some Vietnamese friends come over and we'd cook together. But the biggest inspiration is a long time ago. We ate at the French Laundry. And
Yeah, I've never been to the French Laundry. That would be an experience to go.
we've been there a number of times. We've gotten to know Thomas Keller and a whole lot of chefs in the
Right.
world because of the culinary program that they have for the Bocuse d'Or competition. But anyway,
What is that? What's the Bocuse d'Or?
Bocuse d'Or is Paul Bocuse, the
Famous chef.
with the famous
Isn't he
chef.
the guy that you studied with?
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
and he created about 28 years ago or something like that a competition, a worldwide competition. It's called the Bocuse d'Or.
Okay.
And you have teams in different countries of the world that want to be there. And so the first is, let's say, the American team is led by maybe Thomas Keller or another famous chef, and
Right.
they train other chefs, and then they decide what they're going to do, and then and then it's kind of elimination, and then they bring the top one into in Lyon for a
But Chef
competition.
Bobby can't be in that, can he?
Well,
no, but we were big supporters. But
Meaning what? You'd go taste it or go to the events where you were in the
no,
audience?
they would have competitions all year round.
yeah.
For 1 year where these young chefs would compete against each other to see who was going to represent us at Bocuse d'Or. Well, Paul Bocuse felt bad because United States never won anything at any of the competitions.
They were very close. One time they were like number 2. Yeah.
All the famous restaurateurs,
Yes.
all the famous restaurants here, and they never won the international competition. Okay.
No, it's not restaurant. It's
Chef.
chef and team. Yeah.
So I'm still unsure how you support it. How can I support this event? Do you donate money to it? Do you go and
They have events set up that you attend, that you pay for to go. And so you meet these different chefs.
and they make the food for you and you taste it because they got an audience to do
Pretty
this.
much, yeah. So anyway, Paul Bocuse wanted to have the United States better represented, so he asked Thomas Keller to run the program for the United States and set up a training program for the young chefs. But he also assigned his son, Jerome Bocuse, and also Daniel Boulou. Well,
Daniel
at the
Boulou.
time, Daniel Boulou
Another
was
famous
French.
chef, yeah.
He since became American citizen. So it had to be Thomas that ran it because he was the only American. So Thomas did that, and back in, I think 2015, we came in second, and Paul Bocuse and Thomas was just so thrilled with himself. And Paul Bocuse leaned over and he said, "Gold." Thomas, I looked at him.
Gold. We must go for the gold.
Thomas looked at him and said, "You SOB."
You can't be happy. We got to the silver. So I'm sorry to ask, but I have to because people ask me: is Paul Bocuse still alive?
No, he passed away.
I didn't think
like
so. Yeah.
But in
Not-
2017,
yeah.
we did win gold. I was there.
Wow.
And the place just went berserk. There was not a dry eye in the place.
And where is the competition held? New York?
in
No,
Lyon.
in
In Lyon.
Lyon, France.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Paul Bocuse, give me 2 seconds of Paul Bocuse. I know the name, but I don't know where he cooked or I never
In
seen it.
Lyon. In
Lyon,
Lyon,
yeah.
his main restaurant is
Okay.
in Lyon plus, yes.
So he brings the
Several,
whole world in to
other
cook.
Satellite.
And
yeah.
is it just French food or any food?
Oh, it's French, but I modernized it a little bit over the time, and his own signature of cuisine. That's all his menu is his own signature.
And when you were a young chef in France, you worked for him or with him?
I worked for him actually. I was not even in the kitchen. I was a head waiter, and then but I always spend my time with the cooks in the kitchen.
What are you doing?
And
What are you doing?
So by watching, and I learned all the recipes, and they were sharing. The
One of the
cooking.
things you say in this show all the time is, especially in those days, you have a passion for food, you want to get in, just get in. Get
Just
behind
in.
the kitchen door
Yeah.
any way you can. Be a dishwasher, they all talk about it. Start at the bottom, do anything just to be behind the door and see what's
Yes,
happening.
Yes.
Well, my learning came from getting in the kitchen and screwing food up. And if you got a doctorate degree for that, I'd have 2 of them.
Yeah.
A double doctorate and screw up.
But that's how you learn. If you're not screwing food up in the kitchen, you are not learning. Right, Pascal?
That's why you do it again.
You do it again, and you
Yeah.
do it again and again
Yeah.
until you get it right. There's some dishes I worked on for 6 months before I finally got it right. And my wife would be patting me on the head. Oh, honey, there's some things just better left to a restaurant. Say what?
Because that's
Get
my
out of
impression.
way.
And isn't that
He's really your worst critic.
what the restaurant?
She is, but I need that.
But
And the
it's
reason
good,
I need
yeah.
it is because if I make a dish that's crappy, she tells me it's crappy and she
Yeah.
tells me why.
Yeah, yeah.
The last thing I would need is somebody blowing
Yeah,
smoke up my
just,
rear end
yeah.
saying, oh, hon, this is so good. And then I serve it to guests and they're looking at me like, oh my God, Bobby, what were you thinking?
I remember one time you cooked for my wife and I, and you weren't too happy about one dish, and say, "Oh, I wish it was like this." So I don't remember which one, but
Well,
for me it was good.
So I got to make a point. You said something casually, and I think that's been for 100 years the common perception. Some things are better left to a restaurant. They got the equipment, they got the know-how, they got the training. The point of this show is no, that world has changed. You can get the equipment, you can get the knowledge, you can get the training, and you can be a world-class chef
And now
at home.
you can
Yes.
get the ingredients,
the
especially
ingredients, right.
exotic ingredients.
Right.
And because I bought a menu. This is how perfect. This was one of the menu that Bobby.
Oh, you don't just throw the food out? You make a menu and the whole thing?
The whole thing, the show, the table setting, the whole
Oh,
thing.
that's a level I've never seen at my neighbors'
So
parties.
There's a little flag here, and there's a little pinch here to hold the menu, and then here we are. So Bobby and Yuko present Vietnamese dinner, all right, and
There's a menu for this evening.
yeah, we have Vietnamese spring rolls, and then also Bobby is really good at wine pairing. He's
no, that's Yuko's job.
Oh, Yuko job.
Yeah,
okay.
Yuko's taken all of the classes from
Okay.
Peter Neptune and Master
Good.
Sommelier.
Good for her.
Yeah.
And so you never argue on that?
Never.
No selection?
No.
So did this all start with the food networks and the food channels where you could now watch great cooks doing it? There was always, Julia Child or something, but the Food Network, I have friends, the reason I ask is, they're not on your level, Bobby, but they'd like to be. And they're regular business people, they come home, and they just turn on the food channel and start cooking, and they call each other, did you see this? Can we try this? And they're always experimenting, throwing a Malaysian party. I said, what do you know about Malaysian food or something here? I saw it on the channel. So that, and now the internet on top of it, and the access to ingredients and equipment and stuff, did it all just start with these food channel things where everybody said, I can do that?
Well, for me, the primary motivator for me is when we ate at the French Laundry for the first time, and I tasted this lobster, and I thought, I've had lobster, I've cooked lobster so many different ways, but I'd never had lobster like that, and I thought, oh my God, food could actually taste this good.
Exactly.
And they had another dish, oysters and pearls, and I've since made them at home as well. But I bought Thomas's cookbook, French Laundry, and then Per Se, and then Bouchon. I probably ended up with 5 of his cookbooks. And I read a cookbook like a novel from the very first page to the end of the last page.
Amazing.
And I'm more interested in the chef. What is the chef thinking? What's his background? What is his beliefs? What is his philosophies? Then I'll look at recipes. But the most important thing is I need to get to know the chef.
Interesting. Okay. Why? Why do you need to get into his head?
If I can say, I think because it's like an artist. You want to know what's behind a painting, and so you want to know what's behind the food.
His perspective, where he's coming from, his motivation, his inspirations.
Yeah, these aren't chefs. I mean, these world-class people, they're culinary artists.
Yeah.
And their food is edible art.
I've heard
And
that
that's
before.
what
and
I
agree.
strive
Yeah,
to
edible
do
art.
on my plating. And Pascal was showing the one, you should see some of the other menus that we've done.
Yeah.
I mean, we did these large rickshaws.
I'm available,
Sailboats.
Bobby. I'm available just about any time to
We
come taste
we get
good
that
food.
invitation a lot. But I tell you, there's a double sword to this too, because like we meet somebody at a restaurant and they come over for dinner. That's the last time we'll ever see them because they say, well, no, we're intimidated by the way you cook. And tell 'em,
Yes,
I don't
okay.
expect you to cook on my level. Do a hamburger, do a hot dog, do
Right.
your best pasta dish. Just invite us over. Doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, I'd be ashamed to have you come over to my house here. We're going to do weenies.
Why? I like a good weenie. I like a good hamburger. I mean,
One dish I loved there when you cook this one was a shrimp cook on sugarcane.
oh yeah,
What?
yeah.
Describe that.
Yeah, it's very popular in Vietnam. You take shrimp, and shrimp naturally is sticky. So you take sugar cane and then you cut off the outer side where it's tough. So you get it in there. So you cook the shrimp on the barbecue with the sugar cane. So, and then you tell people bite into it. So you get the shrimp, but you also get the sweet flavor of the sugar cane. And most people have never had that. So
I've never had that. I don't think a shrimp is being sweet particularly.
But
it isn't.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
shrimp isn't
No.
sweet, but the sugar cane
Then
is.
just bring the
So that's where you get your sugar. But I enjoy doing things that most other people can't do, and I love to blow people's minds with what I'm able to do with a dinner.
Yes.
You sound like my friend, my late great friend. He died a few years ago, I'm sorry to say, but he was so passionate about home cooking and invested so much money into learning, into buying the equipment, to doing it all. I don't think he ever got to, sounds like, to your level, but he wanted to. He wanted to be at that level. And when I take him to a really fine restaurant, because I just love going out to dinner, Pascal to do it. I don't want to figure out how to do it. Just that's why I go, because you do what I can't do at home. He said, I can do this at home. And we used to have this debate. No, you can't. You don't have a pizza oven. You don't have a stone fired pizza oven. You don't have certain pieces of equipment. This other thing you talked about. You can't cook like that. He said, yes, I can.
Yes.
And we'd have this debate all the time. Has that hurt the restaurant industry, Pascal? Do people now just stay home because they realize they can? Some people can do this at home?
Well, actually, to go back to the Food Network on every cooking shows on
All
TV,
that, yeah.
it's not enough because actually they don't really talk to you about the making of the dishes. It's more of a competition. you know.
Right.
So you have to do your homework if you really want to find. But now with the internet, you have access to a recipe website, and they show you videos. You can access.
And look at all these. You've brought in some vendors, people that are doing artisan food, artisan ingredients.
Yeah.
That was a world I didn't know about, nor could I find somebody who's doing heirloom tomatoes or your friend that's growing oysters up in Oregon somewhere. I didn't have, or the ecology center where you can go get. I didn't know those places, if they did exist. I didn't know how to go to find them. Alice Waters' real genius was that she went out and found the local farmers and the produce and started bringing that into kitchens.
Yes.
And told us, Al, there are farms around. You just didn't know that they're here.
Well, now a lot of people do know,
Yeah.
and that's help farming. And that,
Huge, yeah.
and that
Yeah.
help us,
All these little artisan farms where they're making special. I found some. I love apples, and there's some I discovered out in Oak Glen, out by Yucaipa. There are some
Oh, yeah.
people doing old-fashioned apples that I grew up with in the Midwest that I thought those varietals had long since died out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
One of the other things in the kitchen, and very important too, is you use the best of the best ingredients that are available.
Yes.
If you use crap for ingredients, you're going to end up with a crap for dish.
Amen.
So you use the best of the best, you stand a good chance of maybe making a good plate.
And again, my mother, no, not to knock her, but she didn't have the best of the best. She went to the supermarket, and it's the winter, so she had frozen vegetables and canned stuff. That she didn't have the best of the best available to her.
And Bobby's cuisine is precise, but it's not overwhelmed with all kind of ingredients. You know, a lot of young chefs now they like to put this on that,
Amen.
on crackling thing on the top.
You and I went to the whiskey festival recently, and there was a bunch of great chefs there. And I won't point one out, but there was one popular restaurant here, and I looked at you and I said, "This is what they're offering? I can't even figure out what this is. There's so much stuff in this. It's so showy. It's got so many little sauce ingredients and little things added to it. What is it? I don't, there's no flavor. It's just I'm overwhelmed with all the spices and sauces and everything else. I don't even know what's underneath it."
Yes, and but if you just put one good ingredient, like the last time I went out to a restaurant, it was really good actually, and he had roasted kind of candied small carrots
Okay.
from a farm, and they call
Okay.
it the Nantes roasted carrots. And
Not roasted.
Nantes, Nantes. It's a city in France, Nantes. And
Oh,
they-
okay.
And it was the best carrot. The best carrot you can
Simple,
eat.
good, fresh ingredient.
Yes.
Simple little touch to it. You're like, wow.
Especially now, nice roasted squash, you know. You put a little seasoning, you just bake it, and then it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So Bobby, what's your go-to dish? If I came, what's the one? If you went in a competition, what would you cook? If you went on one of these TV shows.
I don't know. There's so many dishes that I've done. I've got over 1,000 recipes.
Oh my God.
And I've probably gone through 10,000 getting to that 1,000.
What's your favorite style of food then? Is it a certain ethnicity, a certain style, or well, if you described your cooking, if you opened a restaurant, what would it be?
First of all, I'd never open a restaurant. You don't own a
We
restaurant. It owns
never
you.
do.
I don't want anything to do with a restaurant.
Why? Because I would think
Because
you want to show off.
No, I want a life.
Ah, yeah. No life.
You don't own a restaurant. It owns you.
Yeah.
You don't have a day off.
Yeah.
Because if the restaurant's
Very
closed,
true.
you're working on new menus, you're hiring people, you're working with vendors, things are broke, you need to get them fixed. It just goes on and on and on. And I don't want any part of it. You're working minimum 80 hours a week. You're working all the holidays, you're working all the weekends. My wife and I like to travel. We travel all over the world. We eat at the best of the best restaurants. That's my training ground. Those 3 Michelin star rated restaurants.
Chef Pascal had somebody on one of her shows, and she was a very good cook. I think she'd cook for you, but she does like food carts. I forgot the woman's name now here. And you were telling her, or she's a private chef maybe, and she's saying, "Someday I want to open my restaurant." He says, "No. You're going to lose all the passion for what you have."
She has her own home kitchen, professional.
Yeah, no, don't go there. Does
Does
that kill? Does that kill the fun? Does that kill the flavor?
Well, because your mind is taking away from so many other things, you know, and it's not just food. And maybe
Health
it's all about
regulations and labor relations and
no.
did they take a break at the
But
right
also
time?
because it's so detail oriented, you cannot be distracted. You know, everything is structure. You know, it's
Right.
unbelievable. So I want to go back to traveling. But on my wife, on his wife, we did travel on a cruise.
Really?
One
Okay.
year. And it was a cruise that I think left England, and we did the Normandy coast, and the Normandy.
Your home turf here, Normandy.
Yeah, Normandy, British. There's some Normandy British islands, and we.
What are those on? They're right off the Norman coast, but they were part of Britain. I forgot the name of it now.
But we have we stop at one is called Jersey,
Isle of Jersey, yes.
and on Jersey, Long Island, there's one breed of cows. It's called the Jersey cows.
Jersey cows, exactly.
Yes, and So just to tell you the evolution of food, now up north of California, there's a couple of farmers. They have Jersey cows, and they make. So they use the milk to make Jersey butter and Jersey cheese. So the world is everything is moving around. It's unbelievable, and then we had a good time because
We had a fantastic time.
we came across and looking for a place to eat, and then suddenly he said, "Hey, Pascal, come here, join us for lunch." And we had a fantastic lunch there. Yeah.
Jersey is go look it up. The Isle of Jersey. You're the second person now in 2 years that have brought up the Isle of Jersey here on
Really?
the show. We did just a real quick aside. We cover some local events that happen, and there's a guy from the famous singer in the 70s, Gilbert O'Sullivan, alone
yeah.
again, naturally, and he's of a certain age. He's probably older. He hasn't performed a long time, and he was here at the Coach House in San Juan Capistrano. So we did an interview with him. He is an English singer. He was on the same label with Tom Jones and all this kind of stuff. Had a couple of big hits. He took all that money and moved to the Isle of Jersey.
Huh.
And he just went on and on how he loves an Englishman living on this. So it's an English island, but it's right off the French coast.
Now that I speak better English than before, I would not mind to move there. You have both. You have the
both.
language and the food and the
Exactly.
and the quality of life. It's unbelievable.
That's what he said.
The highlight of that trip, though, was when we had lunch at your mom's house.
Oh, yes.
Oh, if you met his mom, you'd know where Pascal got his personality
You know where
from.
he comes from. Okay.
Ah,
Wow.
Absolutely.
That
yeah.
was very special.
I went in the kitchen and I'm lifting up pots and pans, smelling stuff, and she's just giving me these weird looks. And Pascal, I don't worry about him; he's my sous chef.
Wow.
That
Well,
lunch,
that's where he says it all came from. For him, that's where it all came from. Mom's cooking.
Oh yeah.
but that lunch was what, 6 hours long, and
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
how many
What?
bottles of wine we went through.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
6 hours for lunch?
yeah.
Sure.
When do you work?
Well, because my mother didn't speak English, so it takes time, to not be lost in translation.
Wow.
Yeah, she would not stop.
What
And then-
little village? You lived in a little
It's
village.
next to Rouen, the old village next to Rouen, Normandy.
Oh, you asked what was my favorite dish.
Yeah.
People have asked me that before, and I've given a lot of thought. And if I was going to be executed tomorrow, I want a carnitas taco.
A carnita. Now, that'd be the last thing in the world I would have thought of.
That's
Yeah,
what I'd
but-
want for my last
So
meal.
now, who was the guest you had in a while ago? And she cooked for you, but she's made a living off of doing really high-end tacos. What was her name?
Who did that?
She started here doing tacos, and then she worked for you for a while, and now she's back doing food trucks and tacos and some other things here. And she,
Was it Wendy or?
I'll have to go back and look. I'm so embarrassed I can't
Yeah,
remember her
yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
But the whole point of the discussion was how comfort food, how regular table food, for me it would be meatloaf, for her it was tacos, are being turned into something special again here.
Yes, and that's true but you have to respect the origin of it and follow the exactitude of how the making of it. Because if you do a carnita, it's like slow cook.
Very.
It's like duck confit. It's the same thing. You pick the right meat and then you.
And where do you go? We had somebody on from Lorena Markets, which is a very popular big a couple of markets in the Hispanic community, because we do a show for the Hispanic Chamber, and they do the stone ground tacos. I said, why do you bother? He said, you've never tasted it then.
Yeah.
Why not just go get a big stack of them from wherever, the vendor. They got a big stone grind, and he says it's very slow and it's very expensive and it's very time consuming, but when you get it, it's a different flavor.
And this used to be home cooking.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Everybody in the little village, that's how you made tacos, right? Or carnitas or any of this stuff here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
And
can anybody do this? It's just, what does it take to do this? Dedication, time, energy, money?
All of the above.
well, yeah, because
You have to be passionate about it. I mean,
yeah.
when I do something, I do it 1,000%. I mean,
Apparently.
I get into it. And there's no rock unturned that I'm not looking for, finding new ingredients. I mean, you put me in a store that I've never been into before, Asian store, Indian store.
Persian store, all these places.
Yeah, and I see something I've never seen before. I'm taking it home with me.
Figure out what it is and what to do with
But
it.
not only how to figure it out what it is, but how do you cook with it? And
we had the same instinct, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So a few months ago, I discovered a great Korean store.
A Korean store.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's called Zion.
oh yeah,
And I love Zion.
we go
And
there.
Where? What city is it in?
It's right there in Irvine, on the Irvine Center Drive.
Because there's a huge Korean population in
Yeah.
Irvine.
Oh, huge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you have everything there, from the best mushroom, the best, some great
But
fish.
you don't know about Korean food. How
Well,
would you
I'm
even know?
learning. I'm learning. Except sometimes in the labels it's not even
It's
in
in
English.
Korean, yeah, right.
And
So you got one here. What's
no,
this?
yes,
No, that's Japanese. That's
Yeah.
Adade.
Oh, okay.
yeah, this, but they love this thing there too, and so it's one of my favorite snack now.
We're gonna taste it.
And,
here. What?
yeah.
And what is it? Seaweed and something, rice or something
Yeah.
Rice,
crazy ass.
seaweed.
Sorry, I said crazy ass. But
It's rice wrapped in seaweed. They call it adade in Japanese.
Kind of,
No, I'm good. Thank you, Masco.
pass it over here. I'll try.
and they have some with wasabi. It's too strong for.
Now, can I say if I don't? Because all my friends are gagging and say I'm going to eat rice cake wrapped in seaweed. Okay, I'm gonna eat it.
That's it.
Well, I definitely taste the seaweed, which has a very unique flavor
A
to it.
nice saltiness. Yes.
Very salty.
Yeah.
That is a
So-
wonderful snack.
so,
That's very addictive.
So I cruise around, and then I bought some noodle that I will cook, and then I will make a soup with the mushroom and the noodles. And
Do you think Americans are more? When I was a kid, nobody would have eaten this. Nobody. You wouldn't sell it. You wouldn't find it. And you wouldn't eat it. Now, everywhere
No.
I go, everybody wants to try Korean this and Vietnamese that and
Japanese
Thing.
store like Little Saigon.
everything. Because in Orange County we have a million ethnicities here, and they're trying
Yeah.
Turkish food and this. Everybody seems open to try all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff now. Most people.
And that's fun because you don't have to eat the same burger
hot dogs and
twice a
hamburgers,
week,
right.
you know. So
Like I did.
but also talking about the cost, and the good thing, Bobby, do spend do some spending actually to make sure he try when there's a new upcoming chef that got a new Michelin star. He want to visit, that's for sure. He want to make sure, why does he have the Michelin star?
So you go into a Michelin star restaurant or a fancy restaurant, a well thought of restaurant. Then what? You just try it and then secretly try and figure it out, or do you actually have the chef come out and say, "Can you tell me? Talk to me?" And the chef's like, "No."
If a chef came out and wouldn't talk to me, I'd never go back there.
Really? Okay. Wow.
The best of the best chefs are the nicest people you'd ever want to meet in your life. Those that are upcoming and think that they're hot stuff, you don't even want to be around them. They're just
So have you ever
arrogant.
met Thomas Keller? I take it you have.
Many times. We run into him all the time. And so we talk when we go to the French Laundry. He sits down and we BS about who's going to be the next person representing us at the store competition. And
Because he's among the more famous. That's a name everybody knows in here in California. That ultimate
in
restaurant.
the whole country, yeah.
And
The
several
world.
restaurants
Yeah,
he's done.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's-
I would think he would be unapproachable.
oh no,
Too
no.
snooty,
No,
too hard to reach.
they are, like repair, all these top chefs, Robuchon, if you come across, repair on I forgot, the French chef in New York, but they will talk
Daniel
to
Boulou?
Daniel Boulou.
Oh
Daniel
God,
Boulou,
I love,
yes,
I
right.
love Daniel.
Yeah.
He got me down on Bocuse d'Or competition.
Oh, yeah?
A guard stopped me from getting into the pit where they're cooking
Yeah.
because I wanted to get photos and stuff. Daniel comes up and he says, "What's going on?" I said, "Daniel, I want to take photos," and he won't let me. He says, "Come on with me."
Come in come in the back.
It's like,
There's a back door. You can come
Because
in
I would
on.
think they are celebrities now. I think they'd be like George Clooney. Now, if you really knew George Clooney, I'm assuming he'd
Don't
be
be
a different person.
condescending for George Clooney. I haven't done anything to him.
No, I know. I actually know his publicist
Yeah.
pretty well.
All right.
And so,
Okay.
and in my experience, I met celebrities like that. I didn't meet George Clooney, but if you met them as real people, they were real people. But if you meet them some of them still have a certain stature that you can't approach them or you can't talk to them, and maybe some of them promote that.
But chefs are more personal
Yeah.
and one-on-one. They like, especially a good one, they like to know who enjoy their food. It's very,
Probably true.
very a soul. It's a soul.
They want a reaction.
Well, Thomas, too, you ask him about a chef, and everybody knows a chef is, to be colloquial, an asshole. His comment is, no comment.
Yeah.
That's the worst he'll say about another chef.
So he's not bad mouthing
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
He will not
No,
badmouth
no,
another
no,
chef.
No.
He is the nicest person you'd ever want to meet.
And there's another chef that you go down to in San Diego direction that you really like from the beginning, and now he's
You're not talking about William Bradley.
why not?
Addison?
And it's,
Oh, God, I love that guy.
and you, I cannot say you discover him, but you start from the beginning when he was not even a Michelin star.
No Michelin stars. And
And where does he cook? I don't know that name.
at Addison, it's a 3 Michelin star if you ever get a chance.
Which is where?
That's the only three
San
Michelin
Diego.
star in South
San Diego?
Korea.
Okay.
Yeah, if you get a chance. Do you golf?
I don't, but no.
Well, we don't either. But anyway, there's a hotel there, the Grand Del Mar, that is just up or down the road from Addison. But you'll be amazed. I mean, it's not dinner; it's an adventure.
Well, I got to try that. Addison? So it's like
Addison.
in Del Mar or something? It's near
It's
Del
at the Grand Del Mar.
Mar. Okay.
But anyway, we were telling them that, that we eat at the best of the restaurants all over the world. We've eaten at Addison at least 50 times.
Wow.
But we told them, you're a 3 Michelin star rated restaurant. I don't care if you got stars up there or not, because you've got the back end that rivals the front end, and you need both. You can't have a great kitchen and a lousy front end, because
Can't
then
be
all
good
your-
food and no show.
no service.
Right.
Yeah.
You've got to have the service, you got to have the back end, and they have both.
Well, that's what Chef Pascal. That was another show we had. You had somebody on who used to work for you, and he now manages some other restaurant. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting all these names. Who was the guy? He manages some other restaurant. And you guys were talking about moving the plates around and the silverware. The show that you used to put on, and he was so amazed. And he said, "Today, a good show is just a good waiter is just somebody who's friendly."
Yes.
But they don't. There is no presentation. The food doesn't come out a certain way. They don't present it a certain way. It may not even come out predictably at the same time. This came and then something else comes. But if the waiter's nice, it was a nice experience. And you're saying no, it was a show.
Yeah, it has to be a show. People go out for experience.
Yes.
And Bobby also, once he has a special experience, he will kind of put together a blog and show you the picture of each dishes.
Wow.
Each dish.
So we can follow along.
And then, yes.
I thought this is a secret society. If you don't know Bobby, you're out.
No. I post them on Flickr. So you can look at, I'm going to
Flickr.
honor my name and all of the things that we've done, and you can see a lot of the,
Flickr's where you share photos, right?
that's exactly right,
Yeah,
and
okay.
videos.
Okay.
So-
You're the first person who ever came in and said, go to my Flickr page. How would they find you? What is the Flickr
Just
page?
go to Flickr and then type in my name,
Which is Bobby
Dunham.
Dunham. Okay. All right. Wow.
But anyway, when Addison got their first star, it actually was a slap in the face. And everybody in San Diego, all the newspapers said, they should have got at least 2, if not 3. So anyway, when he got the 1 star, he looked at Kyle Connaughton, who owns Single Thread up at Harrodsburg. That's another restaurant you want to try to go to.
What's the name of that one?
Single Thread.
Single Thread. Okay.
They've got their own farm. They go in the morning. They pick out what they're going to
See,
cook for ingredients that night.
Keller does that, doesn't he? Keller has his own stuff.
He's
he
got,
grows
yeah,
out.
right across from the French Laundry.
Yeah, the big garden. And then,
Well, this one is, the farm there is huge.
yeah.
So that's part
Can
of
you
it.
imagine what you could have done, Pascal, down here if you had your own farm where you grew all this
Oh,
stuff?
yeah, we try, but, really,
It's not expensive
farming
and
is
hard.
not easy in Orange County.
No.
So anyway, William looked at Kyle and he said, should I act happy? When he got the,
Got 1 star.
yeah. And so that lit a fire under him, because he was just so bent in hell that he's going to get 3 stars, that he just fired everything. I mean, he just became obsessed with the quality, with the ingredients, with everything.
Because how do they rate the star? They
Well,
come
the thing-
anonymously.
you can be a great chef. You can write a beautiful menus, yeah. But to come to a level of 3-star, there's some requirements. The crystal, the silver,
Oh, really?
the
Everything.
china,
The napkin.
the tablecloth,
Wow, I didn't know
linen, the bathroom also.
Yeah.
So they rate you on all that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And how many times is it just one person visits and makes this
Oh,
determination, or a
we don't
team?
know. They don't tell.
We
us.
don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, he got his 2 stars, and that even made him more determined to get the 3rd one. So we were watching it on TV, and they always do it in alphabetical order.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't mention Addison when they were for the
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 A's.
2 stars,
Yeah.
but they got it, and they did.
Yeah.
And how many
It's
stars? What's the ultimate? 3 or
3.
4?
That's it. 3.
So
But-
can I ask you both a question? This is
Sure.
always wondered. So I grew up in the 60s. Michelin was a tire that had a guide.
Yes.
And so you drive around to get more people to drive around. But it was Michelin guard. For a while, they didn't even rate American restaurants, didn't they? It was just French
Well,
restaurants.
we had Yelp. Not Yelp. We had Zagat.
Zagat,
Yeah,
yes.
Zagat.
That was the
Review.
first
Yeah.
really main restaurant guide that was rated by the customers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when did they start expanding into America, and do they still? My perception is it's still primarily because it's a French tire, it was a French guide, a French influence.
The East Coast started before us,
All right.
and they came to California about, 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, not that
6
long
years
ago.
ago?
No, Southern California. Yeah, well, they did Northern California first.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do Southern California. They said there was no.
No, yeah.
Nothing worth reviewing, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't renewing. They just didn't do it. Come down here. They thought there was no market for it, which is total baloney. There's politics involved, I'm sure, but a lot of people, when they travel, they look for 3 Michelin star rated restaurants
course.
because they want to try them, and so that changed Addison totally. Because, I mean, trying to get a reservation into Addison, I mean, we can get in whenever we want. I just call up Sean and he's
I'm saying I'm with you then. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to come and eat with us, that's fine. We'll be there in December.
I would love to go there. I've never been to a 3-star restaurant. I don't know what that experience is like.
Well, you will remember for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's so totally different. It's not going to a restaurant. It's going to an event. It's an experience.
Going to a circus.
Well, the only time we went to a circus was
I'm just saying a circus. It was a big
Yeah,
show. and
circus
lots of
doesn't
things.
sound good.
It doesn't sound good. but
was
no.
Alchemist.
Yeah.
Oh God, is that crazy? That was a real weird experience.
Is that the one they do in San Diego? Where it's like a happening and you go and there's weird people dancing and then there's food? and
That's
everything?
it.
Yeah, I've read about that.
Yeah, it's in Copenhagen,
Yeah.
and there's this heart that's thumping on the ceiling while you're eating.
And they dance in bizarre costumes and weird things happen and light shows and everything.
The whole thing. I mean, it's weird. It's strange. It's
There's a
unusual.
weird movie like that called Chef, and it's kind of a very extreme.
Oh, God.
It's a chef that want to have a revenge against customers that bitch and complain all the time. And you basically die at the table.
Oh, wow. All right, I can see that.
They got one room in there. It's full of plastic balls. So you go in there and you dive into it.
There you go.
It's an experience. I just
So what do your friends say? They must all know you do this now. Do they? I wouldn't bring you over to my house. I'd be embarrassed to bring you to my house.
well, that's why we have chefs coming over to eat.
Yeah.
I'll bet. Do you
We
hang
do.
out with chefs? Do they come in?
Yeah,
Chef.
yeah. In fact, this Monday we're going to Morocco with Ahmed Labat and his wife. He's from Morocco, and Amar Santana. They own Vaca in Broadway.
Yeah.
In
that's-
fact, they're
those are
just
famous
opening up
restaurants,
another
Yeah.
Vaca in downtown L.A. In fact, they're doing a pretend open up tomorrow. We were invited to it, but we had already signed up for a Peter Neptune wine dinner at the dark room. But yeah, we've had a lot of chefs.
You're
come down
hanging
for
with
dinner.
the big boys here. Do they treat you like one of the big boys? Do they treat you as
we're all friends. I mean, after a while, the world becomes real small in the culinary world.
yeah?
Pascal's been to our house a number of times. We've been to Pascal's.
And how do you meet them? You go taste their food at a restaurant, and then you want to meet them, and then you tell them what you do. No, don't they look at you and go, "Oh yeah, you're a great chef. Oh yeah, you're a serious chef."
Well, they know what level I'm at when they start talking to me and I start asking them questions, because I'm asking them questions that most people wouldn't know how to ask.
I wouldn't know how to ask.
And
Oh, you're trying to get somebody on the phone here?
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah.
Okay.
But talking about that, I went to Darkroom last night.
oh, did you?
Yeah, love it.
Zach's been to our house with his wife for
Oh,
dinner
yeah?
several
I
times.
love Zach.
Now,
Yeah.
tell me, I don't even know where that is. I've never.
You
heard of it.
you met him at the Orange Coast Magazine best restaurant of the year,
Okay, and where is
and
this?
he's the one who had the
He used to work at Bello and do the chef's table
Bello.
there.
He was good doing winemaker with Peter Lipton actually.
Yeah, and then Drew Adams is his.
You know, he had
own-
a turntable because he liked LP music. And, yeah.
Oh, is that it's right near South Coast here or something?
No, no,
No,
no.
no, no.
That was the meeting we had.
Yeah.
But celebration. He has a restaurant in Santa Ana on Arbor Boulevard.
And what's it called?
Dark room.
Dark room.
Dark Room. Okay, I don't know that one either.
And in the dark room, they have Chrysalis, which is a separate. It's like a restaurant in a restaurant.
What?
Yes. Yes.
And
Because the chrysalis is the cocoon that
Correct.
the butterfly emerges from.
that's correct. Exactly
It's
correct.
kind of a little private room,
Yeah.
and then you have to be like 10 or 12 people at least,
Mm-hmm.
and then you do a 9-course dinner there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We got to get these people on the show. You're just making me want to meet all these
I
people.
went there last night.
Hey, then invite them on the show here.
That's why I talk about the carrot they serve on. Swordfish is unbelievable.
I mean, they come over and I'll do 9, 12 course dinners with them.
Wow.
And so they,
For somebody who's never, I've had a couple of extended course meals. I don't even know what it, because we're used to 3 courses. There's a appetizer, salad, something to start with, and then there's an entree, and then there's dessert. That's kind of the American.
You know the best way, like we did last time, where we were 6 of us. We get, first I always say, and like you do, chef choice, okay?
Yeah, right.
You know,
Don't ask. Just tell me
then-
what you want to
and
do.
then maybe we
tonight.
can do like if we go to a sushi bar, say a makazi, and then but we try to have one dish and one entree that we share.
I agree.
Different. So you have variety, you
So
share.
everybody
you
gets
know.
a taste of what's
Instead
happening.
of everybody is going to have the same thing.
Right.
And so like that, like last time we had probably 12 different dishes.
So it's the
doing
whole
that.
idea of kind of don't they do in Portugal? So small plates. I forget what they call it.
yeah, you do small bites. So
And it's easier for the kitchen too.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So there is no sort of set main entree. There's just a bunch of small.
Oh,
bites
there
that
is, but you decide this is the way I would like to have. Right.
It depends on who you're doing the dinner for and what you're doing. And, but you want to make it where
Tapas
it
sauce,
starts,
like
where it
tapas,
builds up
small
to
bites, yeah.
lighter, to medium, to heavier
Right.
dishes, and then you do that with the wines as well.
So Bobby, you're a great cook. I hear you're at a high level. You're hanging out with Thomas Keller and people like that. How about desserts? I'm a fan of desserts, and desserts seem to have faded from American menus and faded from restaurants because we don't want the fat, or we're too full, or everybody. Nobody I know orders dessert except me when I go out to dinner.
My wife, they call the dessert queen.
Good, I like her already.
She does these desserts that would just blow your mind. I mean, she ruined my pasta machine one time because we did this chocolate pasta.
Oh,
We had pasta hanging all over the chairs, all over the bathroom,
Drying out.
drying it. It's, God.
because am I wrong? I go out to dinner fairly often with people. Nobody at the table wants. Certainly my daughter, my wife, my son-in-law, people like that. Nobody wants dessert. I'm the only one they have grown. Come on, we got to go. I'm like, no, the dessert is the final kiss. There's a name, a moussement or something. It was in French or something.
Yeah.
It's the final little kiss goodbye here. It's the little, and it's sweet and
Well, in restaurants, there's 2 parts very important. the way they greet you
Yes,
and the way you finish a meal.
I agree.
That's it. And then so like that, something you remember when you cross the door.
But for most meals I go to, I'm talking about nice restaurants. The way they greet you is great. They sit you, the food comes out, the drink comes out first, and the food comes out, and everybody has the meal, and then this kind of this, okay, I guess we're done, and then they just say, "You want the check?"
Yeah.
There is no goodbye, and I just feel like the
Well,
dessert is that final.
It's about management training and all this stuff.
Yeah, a good restaurant gives you a bag when you leave that's got the menu in there, and it's got all kinds of goodies that the restaurant has made and whatever
Oh
else.
boy, I never get a bag. I'm going to the wrong
But
place.
you'll get one if you go to Addison
Okay.
or the French Laundry. But one of the things I tried to make, and it was, I don't know, maybe it was from Art Culinaire or something, but it was so complicated because you had to go to different parts to get the different recipes for the different things.
Okay.
But anyway, it was these chocolate cups
Ooh.
that look exactly like a coffee cup
Ooh.
with a little handle on it. It took me 6 months to learn how to make these.
Wow.
So it was
Do you
a
need
little,
a mold or something? Do you have to
you grease up a balloon and you
you
stick it
grease
into
up a balloon? Okay.
and you stick it into the chocolate,
Yeah.
and you take it out and you put it in the refrigerator, and then after it's set, you pop it,
Pop the balloon.
and the balloon squeezed down. Now, if you happen not to get a part of the balloon with the oil on it, it goes the whole thing, the
Yeah.
chocolate. If you use the water balloon, when you pop it, just because it's got a thinner membrane, and you've just destroyed everything. Start over
Oh,
because there's no
yikes.
way to get that balloon out of there.
Wow.
And then you look at it; it's got fingerprints on it.
Yeah.
Then you learn to wear a rubber glove. And then you learn you can only have it out of the freezer for a certain amount of time before it starts melting again. It was,
Are there any great restaurants? Again, I've never been to French Laundry, so I'm assuming they would, but I don't even know restaurants have a signature dessert anymore. It's a very normal thing. You want ice cream, you want maybe there's a pie or cake or something. I don't. The dessert is never their showpiece. The appetizer might be the
It
certainly
used
the
to be
entree.
in the past, you go to a certain restaurant for the souffle.
Yes.
You know.
Oh, souffles.
That was a big deal.
And you had to tell them up front because it takes 30 minutes to make it or whatever.
Yeah.
Addison, you're going to end up with probably 8 to 10 different pieces of dessert.
Wow.
I'm telling you, you got to try it.
I got to say, all right, my mouth's watering because that's been my common complaint. Desserts have kind of faded from the American. When I go to a private party, there's no dessert. There's coffee maybe or something, but there isn't. Desserts, like, it's over. Go.
Well, at Bocuse, and they still at the auberge, they have a dessert cart.
A dessert
Yeah.
cart.
And they
Yeah.
build up
Yeah.
the cart, and then
That's right.
they say, what do you want? That is like
Right.
2 or 3 tiers, and it's unbelievable.
And I don't know why restaurants gave up that revenue, too, because that's one more thing to buy. You have one more thing
Well,
to do.
usually these restaurants is prefix.
Oh, okay,
menu,
right.
so.
You're going to remember this one dish just prior to the main event at the Bocuse d'Or competitions. They have a dinner set up with some of the best chefs in the world, 2 floors. Well, one of the things they brought out was a Bressie chicken cooked in a pig's bladder.
Yeah.
You remember those at
Yeah,
the?
yeah, oh, yeah.
Wow. That
They
doesn't
have
sound
the-
appealing to me.
They had, oh God, if you saw it and they cut it open, you get
It's-
this whiff.
Those are the best chicken in the world.
Yeah,
And they're
and you only get them there too.
blue feet.
Trust me, I know. I look for them.
Wow. Okay.
So you've got some of the best chefs in the world videotaping because they were just so in awe of this dish. I told my wife, I said, I got to go make some of those. So we get home. I finally found some pig's bladders. They come,
Where would you even
Strong.
find a pig's bladder? Yeah.
well, in rural areas, they use those. They blow them up for balloons and stuff for the kids.
Okay.
Dead seriously.
All right.
So, in fact, one of the one that opened the restaurant, Dialogue, he had a restaurant in Chicago.
Yeah.
David Byrne.
Yeah.
Now he's got Pizzioli.
Yes.
So we were talking with him there. So we talked with him. So where'd you get your pig's bladder? And so he bought some too.
Not easy because you have to special order because
I
Yeah.
would think.
You
You know,
know,
I can't go to Ralph's and
it's-
get a pig's
it's
bladder.
not.
No. You got a special order.
The
with this one-
SDA is very.
Yeah. So anyway, I did them with Cornish game hens, and I took the Cornish game hens and I stuffed them with foie gras.
Do you put truffle or no?
Oh,
Truffle
absolutely, in
under
the skin.
skin?
In
Where
the
would
skin,
you
under
even
the
find-
skin, yeah.
Where would
So-
you even find duck liver, foie gras anymore here?
You
That's a-
can.
You can buy. Yeah, you can buy it. And in fact, when it was banned,
because it was banned.
I had my own secret source where I'd get the
Yeah.
the whole globe.
There's always a way. There's always
Ah,
for food.
always a way.
If you want the food, you find it. Yeah.
So anyway, I did that, and it was absolutely delicious.
What do you guys? Last question. Which could be a whole nother topic. Maybe come back to talk about. I watched the Food Channel. I used to watch Anthony Bourdain when he was alive. Some of the places he'd
Oh, I love
explore.
him. Yeah.
And he'd go to these really, really cutting edge places. Usually, someplace else in the world. I didn't see too many in the United States. And it's this new, what we call it, chemistry. It's
Molecular gastronomy.
yeah, and there's weird ingredients and weird things, and there's smoke and there's things, and
Yeah.
it's more than cooking. It's a chemical reaction.
Yeah. I played with that quite a bit too. Foams and
Foams, yes, that's what I was thinking. Right? Yeah.
most restaurants now, I mean, they may do one dish with foam. We ate at one restaurant in Hong Kong. Every other dish was foam. They wouldn't let us take pictures because the chef had to have exact temperature.
Yeah.
And I looked at him, I said, this food isn't even that good. It's just,
But it's because it's an idea of it. Now it's chemistry.
It was more. You call that cuisine? It's kind of going away.
it's kind of passe anymore.
Well, it was catching a lot of attention around the
Yeah,
world because it
it
was
was.
so unique and
Yeah.
so different.
And making the little drop balls, the pearl balls, and we
Right.
solidified those. And
And
yeah,
it was showy. It had a show to it. It smoked or it
Yeah.
did something or it reacted to
oh,
something.
I still smoke things.
Well, now we even find equipment. You can. You have a smoker. You can put smoke. Actually, they do that even with cocktails.
That's what I was going to say. I've seen it with cocktails. There's one right
Yeah.
here. Eddie, what's the one? Right across the corner. And you can get Eddie V's. I think you can get. They bring it to you and they take the glass away, and then the smoke arises out of the cocktail.
Yeah, that's kind of old too.
Well, I'm behind the curve here. I don't know what's next. I'm not hanging out with these guys.
Yeah, talking about that. What do you think is going to be next?
Oh yeah, what's next?
Okay, this is one
Just
I
trying to
did.
show a picture here.
The
The
bottom,
audience can't see it, but so what is it?
the bottom part's a potato.
Can you just turn around to the camera? Maybe they can at least see it there. It's hard to see.
The bottom part's a potato, and I poached it in butter, and then I took them out and I smoked them.
Phew.
Then I topped it with Osetra caviar. Then I took creme fraiche and I solidified it.
What? Why would you solidify it? It's supposed to be cream,
Texture.
fresh cream. The
It's
texture.
still creamy. It's solidified. So I put that on top, and then put your accoutrements on top. You got your egg yolk, you got your shallot, and you got your green onions. But it makes a beautiful dish and presentation.
How long would it take that to make that? That's a lot of work. That's a lot of effort. It's a lot of thought.
Learning how to do it the first time. I mean, just learning how the thickness and the circumference of the creme fraiche. I mean, you got to play with it and play with the potatoes so that they all come or they don't overlap each other,
Right.
but they kind of stack correctly. So it's an experiment, and once you get the experiment down, then it can go fairly quickly. So first time probably took me about a day and a half. Now I can probably do it in about 2 hours.
I'm in awe. This has been a great conversation. My hat's off to you. I bow down, but I suspect there are many more people out there either at your level or particularly want to be at your level. There's an aspiration to cook well at home that I never saw when I grew up as a kid anywhere, even among affluent people.
Yes, and I can't wait to have dinner again with my Bobby Chef.
The most important thing, have fun.
Yes,
Have fun.
Have fun.
definitely, yeah.
Well, you're having fun. All right. Is there any place that you want to send them to learn more? I can't come to your house. You're not inviting me over. I can't taste your food. I can't buy it. I can't get your cookbook somewhere.
Thomas Keller has a philosophy that I have adopted all of his philosophies to be
Okay.
mine, and that he says, I don't have any secret recipes. Good food should be shared.
Boy, I love that idea.
And I know somebody that country pate that
He's still waiting for the
Is
recipe.
his name Pascal? Okay.
I'm not going to mention names.
Okay.
But anyway, if they go on,
Have you ever had his famous fish? We've had 3 chefs come in here and say he made some fish dish. I forgot
Oh,
what
is
it
it
was.
my sea bass?
The sea bass.
Oh, yeah,
Sea
sea bass.
bass.
Sauce,
die
yeah,
for.
yeah.
But if they go on, if you sign up for Flickr, you can You can make comments on it. You can download any photo that you want to, or all of them. You can download any video. But if anybody emails me and asks me for a recipe, I'm more than happy to share it with
Do you
them.
want to share an email or just come through Pascal here? Well, I don't know, because you get a bunch of people maybe. You tell me if you want to share an email.
That's fine. I will be the middleman.
Okay,
The
Chef
middle chef.
He'll curate him. Say, no, this is crazy. I'm not going to pass this one on. This is nuts. We don't give him this one. Right.
No.
All right. Well, thank you, Pascal. You opened a world. You've talked about this world. I've sensed it out there. I've seen a little bit of it. I think there's a lot more that's going on
I think,
out there.
if we want to progress,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just expecting a restaurant to bring that to you. If people have the passion to cook, they can cook at home for their friend and family.
And maybe that'll push restaurants to go to a higher level too.
Yeah, and they don't have to be professional. Like you said, you don't want to spend so much time on managing and directing. No, it's just the pure beauty of cooking. That's the artist part of it.
And I think a lot of that's been lost. We've talked about this, a whole nother discussion. There are famous chefs who then put their name on a bunch of restaurants. So, and maybe they design the menu, but they're never there. They don't have anything to do with the presentation, the food.
Well, we don't want to get there.
But I'm just saying,
They call themselves famous.
it's
But,
the commoditization, if that's a word.
you can become famous by being real.
Yes. And so some chefs have moved away from the original passion, the purpose of just making good food and good people smile.
Yeah.
They stopped being chefs and became restaurateurs.
Right.
Yeah, on marketing.
And marketing, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I love it. That's what's happening
I have
behind
a
the
quick
kitchen doors.
question.
Okay.
The lobster you like at the French Laundry, was it poached in butter?
Vermonte,
Vermonte?
Ah,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
Amazing.
at the lowest temperature you can do it. Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
Tender, delicious.
Yeah.
Guess who started learning how to cook that?
I don't know.
Give me a call.
When you're making
Especially-
it, call us up. All right. Thank you for joining us. What a
Thank
show.
you for having me.
Thank you.
What an inspiration.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Who knew? Maybe behind the kitchen door is your kitchen door. You don't have to go to a fancy French restaurant to find the best food out there. It might be in a food cart. It might be at a food truck. It might be in your friend's kitchen. It might be on a barbecue. It might be anywhere. Come back. We're going to take you all these places. We're going to go everywhere behind the kitchen door, right here in Orange County's only community radio station, OC Talk Radio, streaming live from our studios here at the University of California, Irvine's Beale Applied Innovation.